show. We are always glad to have our friend Adam Young back. He's in the midst of his spreading his culinary world dominance across the state, one scone at a time.
Yes.
And we caught you at a time where I would think, if anything, you should not be here right now because you're about to open up a ginormous endeavor.
There's no place I'd rather be here this morning. Believe me, it's a welcome distraction.
You missed a word there on the script. No, I'm kidding. nice to see you again.
Nice to see
we should
you
say
as well.
because he's just showing it, but opening up Sift over at Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun, we've got a great new space. The casino has been amazing to work with. We're getting ready to open up here next week. We're doing kind of a soft
April
opening
8th.
on the 1st and then a grand opening ribbon cutting on the 8th.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't be happier for you.
Thank you
And you've
very
got
much.
how many folks are working there?
Oh, we've got probably 40 plus at that location.
And again, we were talking before we came on, and we'll get to this in a second. You know, this is easy. I know you can do this in your sleep.
It's a quick one.
But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are very good about your employees. You take very good care of them, and you watch them rise to the occasion and spread their wings, and you're like a proud papa.
Sure. Well, it's good incentive for many reasons. You know, it keeps people, as the business grows, and it has grown very rapidly. I'm a firm believer of promoting from within, taking people who understand the role, understand the business itself, and have experience working with me to be able to give them those opportunities. And it's good incentives. You know, I think the other folks see that and they're like, wow, you can get promoted within the company. You know, it does. You do move up the ranks quickly, and those are really, you know, the people who are on my core team. I'm lucky enough to have had them for the past.
There you go. So as you grow, they grow with you.
They're great.
We're doing one of your classics here, scones.
Classic. Been on the menu since day one.
Right.
Obviously, we'll have it for our upcoming Easter holiday.
Get the shot up here.
Yeah.
Take the top shot. Why do you have it set up like this?
in this bowl is some very basic ingredients: all-purpose flour, baking powder, sugar, salt, and then we meal in the butter. And that's a very specific technique. We call it a quick bread, right? And the reason we do that is you're taking the fat and you're rubbing it into. It kind of looks like a cornmeal texture now, right? It's because it's encapsulated all the flour with a little bit of butter fat, right?
Okay.
So it doesn't allow gluten. You know, gluten is the enemy in a quick bread.
See, you thought he was just good looking. It turns out he actually knows his stuff.
Thank God
That's
I know
nice.
it because I'm not good looking. But so, you know, it keeps that gluten from really creating elastic, chewy, tough scones. You want like a nice
Which
delicate
I'm
bun.
glad you brought that up because I'm going to say the one thing I don't do at home is scones because I think, you know, it's easy to do, but to get them right.
It's easy.
It's a little bigger challenge.
A little bit of technique. It's very similar to the shortbread that you love.
I
you
do.
know?
I do.
But it's all about trying to get it to where it needs to go with as little manipulation as possible.
All right.
So a little half and half and heavy cream in the center. And I'm not going to overmix this. Again, the more you mix it, once it's hydrated with the dairy, the more gluten you're going to create. So I'm just kind of tossing this together until it forms kind of a soft dough.
Be honest, how many scones you popping out on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, I'm hundreds per day for sure. We do many different flavors, but
Yes, you do.
It's you know, and I have a team over at the commissary who just, and you know, every single thing is made by hand. Everything. It still is, you know.
And
almost
if you
10
don't
years later.
believe him, go to the main shop. And although I would imagine what the Mohegan joint's going to look like, it's
beautiful.
same thing. Where you can actually, the windows are open. You can see them looking all your chefs there who have really just, and none of them are grunting. They're all happy. They're all happy. They're all singing. There's cartoon birds. It's very interesting.
Oh, yeah,
you should
lovely.
check it out. So all right. So you've mixed it all together.
So it kind of came together just on this, like, you know, kind of homogeneous mass here. I'm going to use a little bit of flour just to dust the top. And I don't even like to use a rolling pin on this. I just like to kind of pack the dough together gently. And you'll notice it's relatively thick.
Yeah.
Right? And so now
Dense.
that's kind of come together. A nice tall ring cutter. Right? Something that's kind of the double thickness here.
Right.
It's almost like a pie dough, you know, with some additives.
I could see that.
And then the flour of the ring cutter, very, very important. And we're just going to punch out here, and you can see it's almost a little thicker than the ring cutter.
There you go.
Right.
In our waning seconds here, so what's different at Mohegan Sun that you're not going to find at the other places?
So, well, you can find me wide open because the kitchen is completely exposed to the rest of it. And my
no secrets.
wonderful team of culinarians.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's a completely open kitchen concept where you can see all of the chocolate.
And it's the best
Really
of
neat.
everything. You've got the confectioners, you've got the mixed food, you've got everything all rolled into one.
Yes, and I've got a chocolate shop martini bar going next.
Oh,
yeah,
come on.
Not yet.
We got to go, but here's the finished product.
Sure,
here.
325, 2025
How
minutes.
long? 20, 25 minutes?
Yep.
And they are, hands down, the best scones you're going to eat.
Thank you very much.
And if you don't believe me, go down to either Sift and Mystic or Watch Hill opening soon, or check him out, because he'll probably not sleeping, but staying at Mohegan Sun starting. Well, we're starting now.
Thank you so
Finish
much.
this and go back to work.
Will do. I'm going to bring him with me. Here.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me
As always,
back.
delighted to have you. All right, back to you, Keith. I'm going to save you a scone, and if you haven't, I don't think you've ever had one of these. Boy, you are going to have a life-changing scone, that's for sure.